you sort of alluded to it earlier. This became perhaps the most bootlegged, traded wrestling tape of our generation. I mean, certainly of all time up to that point, maybe still.
Yeah. I don't know if, there's nothing to compare it to. YouTube hits are much different than actually getting that tape in the mail. And there were, I don't know what the numbers were, but certainly tens of thousands of people who actually bought the tape, probably a lot more than that.
Come on now. Now let's talk about the bootleg tape. It becomes legendary. Like you're hearing people talk about it. It's growing. I mean, I got one in Alabama from RF Video back in the day. I sent my $20 or $25 in or whatever. And a few days later, here it came. And it was unbelievable to see what we were seeing, even in 1997. And that tape would just continue to build this legacy. And then
that was 95.
I got the tape in 97.
Oh, you got the tape in 97. Okay. I see what you're saying.
My point is it continued to sell to the point where one day you could just wander into a mall and see that the Insane Clown Posse had turned this into a DVD and they were calling you Cactus Sack.
Right.
And doing silly commentary over it because it did have Japanese commentary. And these folks
but really, those really funny, silly commentary to the point where I didn't think it mocked the product in a strange way. I thought it added to it. And I'm telling you, when I see a juggalo coming up, someone's either got the tattoo or the chain with the little guy with the hatchet. Sure. As soon as they come up, I go Cactus Sack, and they go, "Would you?" I never felt ashamed to be Cactus Sack. I was kind of proud of that, and I was in the ICP's first movie, Big Money Hustlers, and enjoyed that as well.
You have to feel a little taken advantage of, though, when you see the popularity of this tape, and like just off the top of our head, if we think this thing sold 10,000 copies, and I think that's probably a low number.
Yeah.
That means there's 200 grand worth of VHS sales minimum, plus the 28,000 people who bought tickets that day. And you on average went home with $425 for that show.
Right. 300 a day, 425. Yeah. So you do it per day was 300, per show, 425.
Do you make any approaches with any of these folks and try to ask for more money? You did tell the story about the Insane Clown Posse trying to make you whole, but any other attempts with any other vendors or retailers?
Man, I don't ever browbeat people on here. But there's a promoter who's wanted to use me, and if he made that whole tape thing, made the overture, it might be different. And it's not like a grudge.
It's a principle. I get it.
Yeah, it's a principle. Like I stand to make really good money if I did one of the, For Love of Wrestling, but I had a problem where I thought I was treated a little less than I like to be treated. And so if I need the money, I'll go do it. But until then, I won't, even though I stand to do really well. And I don't mean to punish the UK fans because of that. But yeah, I did. There's times when you feel slighted and you feel like someone has the opportunity to make it up to you. And you hope they do, but you accept that that's not likely to happen in the real world very often.
And then you somehow, some way run into the Insane Clown Posse. And I believe the story is they paid you cash on site. Is that right?
I say, hey, man, I did ask them about that. And they, threw some money my way and then put me on the, in their movie.